Everyone's seen the videos of artists making thousands of dollars at weekend. That's the dream. And somehow, it's become my reality. But social media is only showing you the highlight reel. This summer, I'm taking you behind the scenes as I travel to 4 different art markets and conventions, show you what it really takes to make a living as a full-time food illustrator. The incredible highs of becoming an award-winning artist, the exhausting lows of having my entire art tent destroyed, and the unexpected ways that good food manages to save my whole summer season. So, if you ever dreamed of becoming a full-time artist or wondered what the convention life and vendor life is really like, or you just can't resist good old food, illustrations, and art, welcome to the Gobins Pantry. We got some fresh goods waiting to be rated. Just for you. Here's every art event I vended at this summer. Let's start with hello, it's the morning before my first market of this market season that we're in. June has a market every weekend. I have one break for the 4th of July. And yeah, so we're gonna go through the checklist to see what we have to do. Other stuff. I'm making eggs. I guess they're the egg. What is this important stuff that is on my checklist? This market I've never done before. It had a low table fee of 70. A lot of table fees are in the hundreds, so I thought it would be fun to try it to see if I can make it a common part of my routine. Another goal is to try and find consistent small market within my area that has a good amount of people flowing in and out of them. That is the number one thing. That's why we went to the Market Marie in Clearwater. What else is on this list? I have to take account my inventory, the whole thing. I'm selling the art. I have to make sure I got all the art. For new pieces, I don't make more than 4. For established pieces that I know sell, I make 10 individual prints. The process of making a mini print, which I'll explain it a bit more detailed later on in the video. I also had to make a few matted prints that look like so. I also, before every market, I like to review the market rules. If there's any rules about like, okay, you can't park in this area, you have to be here at a certain time, you have to leave your car at a certain time, you can't put your tent on grass, you can't put stakes around, you have a certain weight limit, all those things. I also write down any like contact info if I need to contact the organizer, and I have that right then there how. I have to see where the load-in is. All these shows I do, 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, I'm by myself doing this. As a woman, as a female presenting person, if I've never been to a place, I'm directionally challenged. So I always ask a million times, where is the place? So I know where to go and not get lost and abducted by aliens or Scientologists. This place was right next to the Scientology location. Yay. The most important part is pack the damn car. I'm pretty good at packing my car, where when I first started, I could barely see out of the back window, and now I pack everything really well, where I have most things in 2 suitcases and 2 milk carts, and then I have like an artist bag that I put all my matted prints in. And then I got the oh shit bag. Since this is a close market, so what are the goals? What are the goals of this market? Profit. Not like a capitalistic pig type ass beat, but more like, hey, the table fee, we have to make above the table fee. So that's our main goal, is to make table and then have enough money to cover gas, as well as cover art supplies and the things we've bought. I had a secondary goal of adding more newsletter signups. Have you signed up to the newsletter? That's also a sub goal I do, or like a person follows my social media. Alright, we're outside at the Market Marie. Hopefully you can hear me. It's hot as motherfucker. I'm real hot. I had to take off my shirt. I don't know if you can see it on top there. I got my Hawaiian shirt on. It's real hot. We've made our table back so far, which is super cool. It's 12 o'clock, high noon. So we'll see where we're at by the end of the day. My ass is back home. It was cold as anything. Cold. It was hot as balls. As sticky balls in gym shorts that hasn't seen a shower in 3 days and 3 nights. That's how hot that shit was. If I had to put on snooze, I think I had a heat stroke. I would just... my sorry ass would have been dead. It was an alright day. Nothing groundbreaking. Nothing super exciting. We made some money. Got our money up. Not our funny up. Talked to some people. Definitely more of a mixed bag of a crowd. But it was so hot outside that after like 2 hours of it opening, everyone was like, I'm out of here. Hunger did not come into my brain. That's how hot I was. I just kept drinking water and water and water and water. Yeah, I had a Mountain Dew. I almost wanted to throw that shit out the fucking window. I wanted to throw that shit out the window because that Mountain Dew tastes like pukata. Wish I had a spray. Literally, the first thing I did when I got home, sat my sorry ass down. My Ai Weiwei cup here. Here's Ai Weiwei. Can't really see it. My fingers are in the way. I got a refreshing cup of fucking Sprite. That Mountain Dew pissed me off. I was like, this shit was not refreshing. It didn't give me enough sugar. It didn't give me enough like caffeine or anything. That shit pissed me off. That was the worst part of the day. I had to drink a Mountain Dew. That had to be the worst part of the day, the Mountain Dew. And that keeps making me think, man, I need to wrap this setup way faster than I actually am doing. Because it's a long. Then I had to walk to the car. Oh! Just so. I'll tell you about it later. I'm tired as hell. To summarize, Market Marie, profit-wise, numbers-wise, money, money, money. The table fee was $70. Our total profit was $120. I got a Dunkin' Donuts meal for a little less than $10. I don't have the exact amount. I'm going to just say $10. So we're at $110. So we did make a profit. It was a very small show. You've already seen my complaints. Not really anyone's fault other than it just died right after 12. So pretty happy that we actually got to 120. Sometimes markets you're just happy to make profit. And I did make profit. Hey, I did make profit. But we'll see how that works out in the next market, won't we? Alright, I don't feel like moving. We're one day before Juneteenth, and of course 2 days before our next market, which is in Orlando. We're going back to Orlando. I'm very excited. I like this place. I like the people. The Juneteenth Pride event. So I'm very excited to go. I've been there last year. I really enjoyed it. All the people are super nice. Of course, I get to see a drag show. And I get to celebrate Juneteenth. Yippee! I decided to start a painting today. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can finish that today. No. That ain't very smart. I have certain things to print, which I was going to print today, but the power kept going on and off, and that was pissing me off. So, I will be printing them later today. Of course, we have a stream day today, so I get to relax because I've done a lot of painting. And I finished that last piece, my pride piece. I'll put it over here. The pride piece, I finished that this morning. I literally could not sleep until I finished it. Once I do, why do I keep looking at the sun like that? I feel like I'm Donald Trump when the eclipse happened and he had those glasses on and he just Hello. I'm not driving. The car's parked. I'm at a McDick's. What a day. What a day. Truly what a day of head to toe, bra, shirt, bra, underwear, socks, pants, hat, hair, soaked. Obviously, didn't bring a spare pair of underwear, so I gotta drive 2 hours commando. We're raw dogging it. We gotta raw dog it. That's just unfortunate. I don't think you understand how wet I was. That's not what she said. I wish I could have recorded how bad that random rain typhoon fucked up my tent and everything in it. I was basically done setting up and I was like, oh, it's raining a little bit, so let me put like my back door on so like it doesn't get into my stuff. So that was a mistake because it wasn't even like 10 miles an hour. No, that shit, like it went to like 40 in like 10 seconds. I don't know how fast it was. I'm giving random answers. It multiple people's tents snapped. I think there's only like genuinely 2 or 3 tents that were not snapped, and I was super lucky because the people beside me had a spare tent. You know, what a great time if it was gonna break. What a great time for it to break, because my next fair at Goblin Market, I'm on a 6-foot table. The next fair after that, I'm also again in a 6-foot table, and then I'm not conventioning until September because I'm going back home. What a great time for that to break. If it had to break, what a great time. For the gross sales of this event, it was 223 gas, 37. The table was 25, and I got Dunkin's as normal, so add 10 to that. So the total expenses, math, and then the total profit was 151. Rain really sucks. My whole table getting destroyed like that really sucks. It's just a part of life, part of tabling. It's the morning of Goblin Market. I'm very excited for Goblin Market. I do love Goblin Market. I have all the Stamp Club stuff ready. I brought my ink pad, I think. I have everything else ready. How much sleep did I get? Next question. Unfortunately for this market, I didn't record too much. So, I will explain. I'll recap what happened as to why I didn't record that much. It was a little chaotic, but you know what's not chaotic? With Goblin Market, it's one of the best organized markets I go to. Even anime conventions, like we'll get to in a little bit, aren't as organized as Goblin Market. They give you really detailed maps to enter, to know where you enter, to pack your car. The table is in a big room with big ceilings, but there was about 80 or so artists on 6-foot tables neatly in the row with plenty of walking space, or so I thought. I got to my table pretty easily. The volunteer / staff are super helpful. Like I said earlier, they're really, really, like, they have everything down. Load in and load outs are really easy with Goblin Market. I always love doing it. They send out all the information a week before the thing. Most people send it out like the day of, or the night. Well, I'm looking for the vendor's packet at night, the same night that I'm going. Not Goblin Market. They get it out real early, and you have direct contact with the organizers. So if like you do a stamp rally, which is what we did, I'll explain that a little later too, then you are able to organize it with the organizers and being like, hey, these are the people I'm with. Kind of want to be kind of close to them. Or if not, that's okay too. I need to know the table numbers earlier. And they give you that information. Very easy. Alright, so how Goblin Market works is from 1 to 7, and from 12 to 1, there's a VIP hour. This is the best part of the market because it is super relaxed. There's a ton of space between customers. I get to walk in front of the booth very easily and like physically point to things and like flip my little book in the front there, show people my art and talk about it. It's really fun. I love the VIP hour, and I was super ready for the VIP hour. Sometimes I'm not ready for the VIP hour, but I was done. But once 1 o'clock hit, I would say there was people were flowing in a little bit, like they controlled the flow. And then like 1:30, it was shoulder to shoulder. There were so many people. This is a free market that customers get to go into. And so there was so many people. If you've been to an Anime Boston, an Anime NYC, or like Anime Expo, I'm not going to say it was that bad if you've seen the videos around Anime Expo, but it was shoulder to shoulder within this place. And they were, like I said, the staff was doing and the volunteers were doing pretty good at moving people along. There was just so many people there. I think it was hard to continue maintaining like the fluidity through the aisles. But yeah, that's the only gripe I have, because usually with Goblin Market I'm outside or I'm in a 10-foot by 10-foot table. This is the first time I did a 6-foot table. That was chaos. Controlled chaos, but still chaos nonetheless. I felt like it was too many vendors in this one hall. If they had another room of the same size, because I was doing a stamp rally, which I'll show. These are my two friends that I was joined with. Right here, I'll show their social medias and stuff. Their art is fantastic. Go say hi. I was joined with them. I was hosting it. And even when I would hand out the little stamp and encourage people to go see the other, oh man, it was shoulder to shoulder Anime Expo levels of just people there. So many people were there. So many cool art around me too. I wish I took more photos. I do apologize for not taking more photos. Because it was shoulder to shoulder from like 1:30 to 7, like I would say 6:30, maybe it's cleared out, but it was still pretty tough. I couldn't get in front of my booth. I couldn't really walk around and take photos. Another small gripe that I had with this particular setup was there wasn't a lot of space behind the tables for vendors. They had foldable chairs, but even then people were back to back on the foldable chairs. And I have a little director's chair, as I call it, like a tall camping chair. And because my booth is pretty tall because of I'm tall, I have a chair that has me up high so I can just sit and be within the square. My brother in Christ, I had no space. And I was trying to give as much space as possible to the people behind me, but I don't think I had no space. I had negative space. It was a joke. And I had bruises up and down my leg because I was constantly trying to like slip through and not like fall over. But that's mainly because I'm out of shape as hell. Completely lifting my body up every single time was tough. I think it would have been better if I stood for the whole time rather than be in that chair. Because of my lack of sleep, I wanted to sit. I knew sitting was probably better. These photos can kind of help you visualize, kind of. There's like, one of the photos have a little spot where you can see other vendors kind of like back to back. Those are the only two gripes. Everything else worked really well. This is a new place. I don't think they've been there before, so. How was sales at the market? There was a lot of people. Shoulder to shoulder, a lot of people. I still sold 3 canvas pieces in one show. 3 canvas pieces, and I'll show them here. You've seen them a little bit before, But all three of these folks are super nice, and they all love them. And the hardest piece I had to let go of was this piece right here, because I had just finished it. And in the previous market, it got rained on, and I had just repaired it too. And I was like, man, it didn't even get a chance to go on my website before it was gone. And I was like, oh, I just finished this piece. I genuinely just finished this piece, and it's instantly gone. And I'm like, man, that's like the fastest a painting has gone, other than my cat, the angry tomato cat painting that also disappeared really fast. I think the market was pretty successful. I did sell a lot of pieces. I sold a lot of high ticket pieces, which helped with the total overall. And Goblin Market is always the busy market. People really love Goblin Market. I love Goblin Market. So now it's talking about the teardown and the recap. I also didn't record anything. Sorry. I'll get better at it, I promise. I was able to tear down everything super fast because I heard there was a thunderstorm coming, and I was like, I don't want to get wet like I got wet last time. Hell no. No way. Not again. So I was like a football player, throwing shit into the damn touchdown, like into my car so fast. Oh my goodness, so fast. That was like the fastest I've ever deconstructed everything. I smelled the rain, and I was like, we gotta go. And of course, it's a 6-foot table, so it's a lot faster for me to put everything in. So now we're on to the money. How did sales go at Goblin Market? Sales went pretty good. We had a total of 600. I felt like we definitely could have made more, but it was so many people. So I feel like a little bit, I could have made probably a bit more. I could have made closer to 1K. I'm still happy with this because the past 2 markets were tough. I was happy. And these are the expenses. My gas was $37 because I got a good car. Table is $85, and I got Dunkin' Donuts again in the morning, and I brought my own food while I was at Goblin Market, so I didn't have to buy anything else. Add all that together, the total profit was $468. Yeah, even though it wasn't a crazy big amount of profit, I still got a lot of social media follows and subscribes on my YouTube. Hi Goblin Market people. A bunch of people signed up, subscribed, and signed up to my newsletter and followed me on TikTok and Instagram. Did you know I have those? and Bluesky. Bluesky's been a big one. Everyone's like, do you have Twitter? I'm like, hell no. Here's Bluesky. We're on the way to Louisiana, to New Orleans. I'm very excited. As you can hear in the background, I'm at a rest stop in Mississippi. Very, very sleepy, all that fun stuff. My butt fell asleep, so I said, might as well stop for a second here. And I saw this real cute cat, and I scared it immediately by going in. I wanted to give it a hug. It did not want hugs. The whole family just erupted. Now they're looking at me weird. I gotta go. Site 61 is where I stayed at. I stayed here last year as well. It was very close to the convention, and look how cool this built. I wanted to give it its flowers because it looked really cool, and I got to sleep in a huge room with my own personal bathroom the second time I was there. Very cool. I really enjoyed it. Okay, hello. I'm gonna be real fast. The setup time, I came here at 2 Central Time. 2 o'clock Central Time, because that was the time I set up. The time I was supposed to set up. I was under the impression that I was supposed to set up at that time. And then I came at 2, and it was only exhibitors because the artist alley wasn't set up at 2. So I got to walk around the French Quarter. I got a bunch of incense sticks. Okay, sorry. I had a tarot reading. I did a massage. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go set up. Hopefully it's set up this time. I don't know. We got a few holes to fix. A few holes. The one up here, we're gonna cover and put like a price guide. Sorry, price guide right there. And then right there is gonna be the matted version of that one in that corner.
I already took it down. I took a photo of it, and then all of our mini prints are here. The little thing, and then the stickers and whatnot. And then these 2 spots are for my canvas paintings, the 2 that I have with me. But yeah.
Good morning. It is about, it's like, what did I just read? 7:40 in the morning. I'm grasping for air. I have a few things to do before we head off to the convention hall. I have to make a few like my mini print packets, and then I'm gonna look for a breakfast place to eat. Gotta get whatever the fuck is in my eye out. Yeah, I'm excited. Woo, I just woke up though.
I'm on the floor. I'm gonna show you the process of me making mini print little bundles. Over here, I'm making sticker sheets. My Gone Fishing sticker sheets. That's what that sound is. So to make a mini print bundle, obviously you need the prints. Here are the lovely prints that I have. I have a bunch to make. I have my cutting board because you need to cut the backing board, which is a cardboard back, to the size of the print. Then you put it in a bag and you put a business card with a QR code that leads to everything I have, and then you seal it with tape. And this is the final product. Now I didn't bring any white tape or scotch tape, clear tape, which is what I like to put at the corners here that are a little bit too big. It's an extra step that makes it convenient. The plastic, so people don't feel bad about touching the print. So what were the best prints? Day 1, Friday. We had the new Calcifer piece, was a great one. That one drew people in on top of my tried and true, which I give a good space for, my honeycomb drip piece. That has always been one of the strongest pieces. It always brings people in. It is a certified hood banger, as well as you can see right beside it, my sticky mango rice was bringing people in as well, because Real Ball Knowledge knew what sticky mango rice was, and they would fly over and they'd be like, "Is that sticky mango rice?" Hell yeah, it is, brother. So that one is also a popular piece. My oranges pieces is also popular. Usually I put the oranges and the honey together because I call them my bee approved bundle, because every time I go outside and I have them up on my art wall, bees always visit. And so they are bee approved. Those pieces only. They don't go to any other 2. It's always those 2. Speaking of the bee approved bundle, beekeepers found me. Actually, they saw the honey piece and they said, I want the honey piece, I want the oranges. I also have I call it the honey jar one. Yeah, I want all of those, and they got them in mats so that they can hang them up pretty quickly. So that was the biggest sale I had. I think it was like a totaling like $80 to $100 of individual prints. Yeah, so the beekeepers, they always find me. I always find one. They always find me. But other popular ones for that day was my fish stickers. People saw them and they loved the fish stickers. And there's a few people that were like, "Hey, I love this fish sticker. I'll be right back. I'm going to keep looking around, but I'm back." And guess what? They actually did come back. Most people, when they say, "Oh, I'll be back, they don't come back. It is so rare for someone to come back. So they did come back, and multiple people did come back. Another popular ones is my pomegranate piece. It looks like so. That is originally a canvas painting that I converted into a print. Another popular one is the 2 monsters with the plants inside of them, is another popular piece that people really like, and they laugh and they're like, "Oh, that's awesome." Yeah, the fan art versions is Marcel with the skull of Fallen. And Fallen and Marcel in each other's arms, lovingly embracing. Yeah, those were the popular ones. Everyone really liked them, and my mini prints have 1 for $10 or 2 for $14, so people really love that deal. The unfortunate few that weren't as popular this day was Senshi. I'm so sad. I love Senshi. You can see I always put him at top because Senshi is so fun. Senshi is so good. I love Senshi. He's my favorite. Senshi was not a favorite, unfortunately. Also, the cherries right here was not a favorite on this day, and my egg prince was also not popular. When the eggheads find you, they love that egg paint. print, and they will always go for it. I have another egg print too, which you saw earlier in the map version. The egg print and the soda print also don't sell very much. I would say those are my two most underperforming pieces. And my Adam, Warlock, and Invisible Woman piece are also underperforming.
We almost did make the table on that very first Friday. We were $80 off for making the tables $400. And it's always like that Friday, it's like, oh my god, there's not that many people here. We didn't really make... A lot of people, I feel like, don't make tables on Fridays, or the very first Friday. Especially because tables are so expensive nowadays. Like, why the fuck is a table $400? An Artist Alley table, $400, and I still have to pay for parking.
It's Saturday. Friday was a pretty cool day, but Saturday is a brand new day, and usually the one with the most sales. So let's figure out which pieces of ours was the most popular. Starting out big, Calcifer sold out of both the large size and the small size. Completely sold out on Saturday. That was huge. I've never had two sizes completely gone. I will continue doing more Ghibli pieces. Another top seller is, of course, the Ponyo piece. That was another one that was very popular, but not as popular as this green tea piece. The moment people saw this green tea piece, they grabbed that shit so fast. I don't know what I did from Friday to Saturday, but everyone saw that green tea piece and came flying over. They wanted that immediately. All the tea heads go crazy. Another piece that sold out completely was our pomegranates. Our pomegranates were really popular on Friday. They didn't sell it completely, but they were running low immediately at the start of the day on Saturday. Yeah, and they completely sold out by midway through Saturday. One of the best sold ones is, of course, we sold the egg. The egg original painting was sold. Told you on Friday that when a person finds the eggs, they love the eggs. And that person walked by, she came back, and she's like, I want to buy that piece. Yeah, so we're down to one canvas painting. Another popular piece, just like yesterday, Marcel and the Skull has completely sold out by Saturday, as well as Marcel and Fallen in a Loving Embrace was very close to selling out. We only had like 2 left over by the time I was done on Saturday. Another one that sold out was the Monsters. The Monsters sold out as well. Saturday, I was run dry of most of my popular pieces. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. So what are the biggest losers on Saturday? Most things sold. There wasn't anything that didn't sell other than Poor Senshi. And I would say all of my Delicious in Dungeons square pieces, what I mean by those, the bigger squares, the 10 by 10 squares, they were also not as popular, mainly because people walked over and they remembered me from last year. They're like, hey, I have your stuff last year. I love it. I want more. And so they got some of my newer pieces. A hidden gem, I would say, is my Pride piece. A lot of people were interested and scanned a QR code. That one didn't sell because it's a whole package deal. People would rather it be delivered to their house instead of buying it in person. But I usually bring it just to say and be like, hey, this is a thing that I have. If you want mail sent to you and get all these things, this is where you sign up. That's the whole reason I bring that with me. So yeah, people didn't really buy it there, but they wanted to sign up for it so that they can get it mailed. Here we are, Sunday, last day of the con. What was our biggest sellers? Not a crazy amount sold. We didn't sell out of anything. Of course, we had more green tea pieces, more of the angry cat pieces that sold. That was also a piece that was a hidden gem. It was a really slow day. It was slower than Friday, and that's something that doesn't happen. Usually Fridays are the slow day because it's a smaller day, people are getting off work, all that stuff that I've already talked about. We'll get more into it in my post-con recap subsection.
We're at the very end of GalaxyCon. We finished it. I didn't do a recording Saturday because I was tired as fuck. Sorry. So we're gonna do a big summary. Saturday was okay. Just okay. Still made a good amount of money though. It wasn't like we went negative or anything, but the first hour and a half was slow. Like no one was there. It was just straight crickets. After like hour 2, we started making our first sales, and then it kept going and that was Saturday was the most successful day. And we also sold out of a lot of pieces that day. The mini calcifers we sold out of, the Marcells, the skull Marcells we sold out of. I think those are the 2 that we sold out of. Oh no, the pomegranates we also sold out of that one. We were very close on the green tea. That one's a really popular one. The monsters, that was also a pretty popular one. Ponyo was kind of popular. It kind of was like, okay, I got Howls, I'm gonna get Ponyo as well, because people didn't realize it was Ponyo until I pointed out the little baby Ponyo on it. It's like a hidden Ponyo to just really like the piece. They said, yo, this looks really good. So that's awesome to me. I love making things that are like secret fan art, and it's like, people don't realize until I'm like, yeah, it's a little Ponyo in there. And they're like, oh, that makes it even better. Yeah, I love that. Again, the last like 2 hours, it was just us staring at each other, and like I was like, okay, I'm really tired at this point. And so Saturday came to an end. It was unique, and I feel like a lot of us were kind of staring at each other. People who were there last year was kind of like, ooh, I don't think I'm gonna come back. I made more than last year, but that's because my presentation was better, and I had more anime stuff, I also sold things at a higher average. Last year I sold more things, but I was doing buy one get one free, and this year I was doing 1 for 10, 2 for 14. So like I still made more money. And of course the mini prints were the number one thing that sold. I like the larger prints, but it's also like people don't have space for the larger prints a lot of times, so that's why I still do mini prints, and I think they're important to do. So that was Saturday. Sunday comes around and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be more busy than Friday, but it's not gonna be a Saturday. I was wrong. It was a Friday. It was basically Friday again. The first hour, again, hour and a half, like there was no one there. And I was hoping that maybe like it would be a bit more people. It died out the same way. It was the same bullshit. I made basically the same amount on Friday as I did Sunday. It just was like, when I said this convention expanded, there was a lot more vendors, there was a lot more artists, which I feel like didn't benefit anyone. I feel like it was a bit of a money grab at that point, because this is a second year convention. The first year is gonna have imploded numbers because it's a first year. Second year, there's not gonna be that many people. It's not gonna be the same amount. I feel like you should have been more conservative. I don't know how much the tickets were. I just feel like there wasn't that many people there for the amount of vendors and artists that were there. And when there's too many vendors and artists for a small crowd, it's overwhelming, and then people don't spend money as much. And then the exhibitor place, you're paying like $1,000 to be there. I bet those people that were in the vendor spots, I don't think they made their table, like, cause I feel like a lot of the artists didn't make the money back, because when people start shutting down an hour before, that means a lot of people didn't make money. A lot of people were shutting down at like 5. People started doing it at 4:30 because there was 4 o'clock hit, no one was there, and we're staring at each other. It's like, okay, this is the same thing happened the past 2 days. We know no one's coming. And I think it's a combination of there's too many artists, there's too many vendors, there's too much shit going on, and also like economic stuff. And there's also apparently the world's worst rainstorm that was happening at the same time. That did happen on Saturday, but I felt like people got here early and like they were okay. Yeah, it was profitable. It is profitable. I have to get gas, and I have to get one other thing to eat on the way down. So it's right now, I think I'm at a profit of 200. You see, it's not that crazy. It's gonna be a little less than 200. It's probably gonna be like 150 by the end of it, because I have to get gas and I have to eat on the way home. Like, I love New Orleans. I'd love to come back to New Orleans, but this event isn't profitable. Isn't like a healthy profit. Yes, I did make a profit, which is probably more than half the people there.
New Orleans was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I usually go to this event, to New Orleans, as a vacation con. So because it's a vacation con, I spent a lot on food. All of it was on food. I'm so serious when I say that too. So the total amount I made in profit is $1,300. For expenses, the table fee was $407, but I'm gonna just $400 to make my math brain easier. My hotel was $500. So I was there from Wednesday to Monday, and expenses was $400. Honestly, closer to $450. I'm trying to limit the blow on myself, but you know, it's $450. It's $450. So that means I'm negative by approximately $50. Is this a con that I would come back to? I'm really thinking about it, because I love going to New Orleans, but it's not profitable. The first year, I made less the first year. Like, I made $900 the first year. The second year, obviously, $1,300. So that is an improvement, but not a lot. And seeing how little people were there all the time, it was kind of tough. It's a tough call. I'm gonna say, if I have the opening, sure, because I would love to go back. I love New Orleans. I love the food there. But if I have the choice to go to a new place, I'm gonna go to a new place. That's a wrap on the summer season for art fairs, art markets, and conventions. If you also enjoyed coming along for the chaos, the art, and the travel, and me making funny faces, make sure you subscribe and follow me on whatever social media webs that you like to follow. One important thing I must mention is I have coffee. We have coffee. This is who's already a part of our coffee tier list and have joined a membership for our snail mail club. If you enjoy what I create and want to help me keep making it, come join me on the coffee. There's 3 ways to support. There's the Pantry Visitor, which is the little boost to help keep the content going, and then the Snack Muncher, where you get all access to my Discord, behind the scenes, custom commission pricing, and everything else you can look on there. And of course, the last one, the Pantry Mail Club tier, where you get all the other previous rewards and you get a monthly fine art print with a coloring page, sticker sheet, and bookmark, and a bunch of other stickers as well. Every bit of support really helps me keep creating and to make big videos like these and to continue streaming, live streaming, and yeah, it really helps. It really helps a lot if you want to create it, and of course you get credited at the end of the videos for helping my dreams not become memes. So come and join Coffee and be a part of what I'm building. But thank you so much. This was such a long video. I hope you had a fun time watching it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next art event that I end up at, where my pantry ends up at. Yeah, bye bye.